Good morning. My name's Pam Coles. A question. When did you last buy a loaf and what kind was it? I'm old enough to remember when there were just two options, a big white loaf and a little white loaf. But now if you go down the bread aisle at the supermarket, you're confronted by a vast selection. Recently I was there, 2 metres away from a stranger. We stood and looked at the shelves and she said, "You can have too much of a good thing, can't you?" It's unlikely that our bread stocks will run out. And people are more concerned with toilet rolls than bread rolls at the moment. But in the third world, where bread is the staple diet, it's a different tale. And it was so in the time of Jesus. Bread was essential. And in Leviticus, it's called the staff. And perhaps that's the origin of the saying that we have, that bread is the staff of life. But in St. John's Gospel, chapter 6, Jesus says, "I am the bread of life. Whoever comes to me will never go hungry, and whoever believes in me will never be thirsty." It must have been music to the ears of some of the locals, so often on the bread line, and they'd heard also that Jesus had fed 5,000 people. But Jesus was talking about spiritual hunger and thirst, that even the most affluent and successful person can feel as much as anybody else. One of the richest men in the world before he died said, "Millions do not always add up to what a man needs in his life." And a very successful singer confessed, "I've got an emptiness deep inside. Surely there's more to life than this." Yes, there is. Jesus said that he'd come to give us abundant life, hope for the future, a purpose in life, a reason to get up in the morning even when it's cold and miserable. But mainly Jesus came to die on a cross to set us free from the sins we've done that have caused broken relationships with people, and more especially with God. And he came to give us the gift of eternal life. And these promises are for everyone. You don't have to be good enough. No one is. And Jesus said, "Whoever comes to me, I will never reject." That's quite a thought if you've suffered rejection in your life. Whoever comes to Jesus, he will never reject. In John 6:40, it says this, "My Father's will is that everyone who looks to the Son and believes in him shall have eternal life, and I will raise them on the last day." And that's a promise. Thank you.